Hi, welcome back. Well, stable for the markets, but there's some amount of incremental momentum which is coming into a couple of stocks. So, for example, we have Adani Enterprises, which is trading at a 52-week high today, and it's spiked up 11.5% We have Crompton, which is now showing a gain of around 7% There was a buy from a brokerage that came out in yesterday's trading session, so they expect a recovery led by the new management. So, Crompton is up around 7% in today's trading session, and IRB Infra, which was buzzing on huge volumes in earlier trade, is now spiked up around 5.5% as well. So that one too is trading quite smartly, and Ashoka Buildcon as well is trading at a 52-week high. So that stock is up around 5.5 to 6% at this point in time. But let's get talking on what we can expect on Q4 FY14 numbers. Prasad Kuparkar, Senior Director Industry and Customized Research at CRISIL Research, joins in with his view. Hi Prasad, thanks very much for joining in. Since IT is always the first of the block, I'm going to ask you about your expectations from IT this time round. We've been given a little bit of a forewarning from Infosys and TCS, but what is your expectation as a whole?
Right. I think IT, I think our sense is that the performance will be more or less what we have seen in the last few quarters. We expect dollar revenue growth of about 14 to 15%. And this quarter we will have a benefit of year-on-year depreciation of currency of close to about 14%. So we expect revenue to grow by about 28 to 30% for the top line companies, and margins also will go up by 150 to 200 basis points.
Okay. Hi Prasad, thanks so much for joining us. Overall, by the end of it, what will be the extent of upgrades or downgrades that you're expecting for the market? Do you think post at what could be the change in the EPS expectations for the market as a whole? Have you done the study on on a comprehensive basis what the market expectations will look like post this?
Right. We have not done a exact calculation of the EPS, but clearly I think the downgrade cycle has kind of abated now. We have seen in the last 3 months now the downgrades have almost halted, while upgrade cycle has not really started in the real earnest, and probably we will have to wait to see finally what happens in the election. While there is all the sense that there will be some sense of stable government which is likely, I think that time we will see some earning upgrades to start, but we don't expect any more downgrades. I think the chances of upgrade will start improving from after first quarter.
Okay. What is your expectation from export-oriented numbers, say for the likes of, say, Arvind and others? Do you expect a good quarter this time as well?
Right. I think, this has been a story for last, I would say 5-6 quarters, that revenue growth as well as the profitability, only export-driven sectors have done well. We expect this quarter also export-driven sectors will do well. Textiles, garments, pharma and IT will continue to do well, because I think the tailwind of the currency is still going to be there for 1 or 2 quarters. Textile, I think while there are issues in terms of China, what will happen to cotton and yarn imports from there, because they are sitting on a huge stockpile of cotton, at least for next 1 or 2 quarters, we still think that exports will continue. So we are pretty bullish. On the domestic side, however, I think this will be the 6th quarter in a row where we will see single-digit revenue growth for domestic-oriented sectors. So that issue I think still continues.
Capital goods stocks have run up a fair bit. Your estimate is that capital goods are likely to decline by close to about 6% on a year-on-year basis. On that sector in particular, are you still expecting no downgrades to come through in this quarter? And how would you look at capital goods ahead of its earnings?
Sure, you're right. Capital goods, we don't expect this quarter to be any better. We expect both the revenues as well as margin to tend further down. The only thing is that I think we are at the bottom of the cycle now. So if you look at the order book to sales ratio, which has declined from about 2.2 to now probably 1.7, we think this is hitting a bottom now, and from next quarter or maybe from the second quarter of next financial year, we would expect improvement in the overall order flow.
Okay, that's on capital goods. What about the defensives? Or rather, let's just focus on FMCG. Do you think that there could be any sort of slowdown on volume figures, at least from the domestic space, for a couple of these FMCG majors, say the likes of HUL?
Yeah. I think volume growth has been tepid. I mean, even in the almost last full year, there was hardly any improvement in the volume. Whatever improvement in volume has come largely from rural areas. So actually we did a very interesting analysis of looking at some of the larger FMCG companies. The urban centric products are growing at single digits, and almost the rural market is driving the entire growth, which are growing at anywhere between 15 to 20%. So what we expect going forward is that the volume growth will remain muted, at least for this quarter. But we expect urban growth also to start picking up from next year, and therefore that will help the overall volume growth from maybe FY15.
And on banking space, particularly public sector banks, what's the expectation?
Yeah. No, I think public sector banks are going to again disappoint. Both credit and deposit growth has been very anemic, sub 15%. Net interest margin continue to be under pressure. I mean, the extent of the gap between private sector and public sector has just kept widening over the last 1.5 years, and we don't expect that we have still reached the bottom. In terms of NPA, again we are looking at 4.5% plus kind of a gross NPA number for public sector versus 1.8% for private sector. So both in terms of growth, in terms of margin, in terms of asset quality, I think we are probably still seeing some pressure.
Okay. All right, Prasad, we leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining in. So that's the view coming from CRISIL ahead of the Q4 numbers. Remember, it kicks off with Infosys on April 15th. And you can also catch that entire conversation by logging on to moneycontrol.com whenever you like. Our closing bell money control question of the day is for today: do you see the Nifty hitting 7200 by election results day? Log on to moneycontrol.com and post your responses there. We will read out some of the most interesting responses post 3:30 p.m. today, as always. Take a break. Global cues are lined up next with John Wood of Citi Investment Management.